Kendal Briles, Coach.
How's everybody doing? Good? As y'all know, I'm a Texan, 37 years old. I've lived in Texas 35 years, so just 2 years out of the state, been in Florida for two, but feels good to be back here. Feels good to be back in El Paso. Um, like Coach said, everything's been awesome. Hospitality, knew it would be. It's the way the Texas people get down. So it's been awesome. We've had good practices. Our guys will be ready to play. And hopefully this weather will push out of here. It'll be nice on Tuesday. But I'll take questions. You'll have them.
How unique has it been at the quarterback position? You've groomed quarterbacks and recruited quarterbacks. I think at Houston, the Air Kings got was entrenched. But what you inherited in terms of a guy that didn't start the year prior and bringing in a transfer, what's that been like? What did you learn from that?
It's been a learning experience. You know, you want to have a guy that, puts himself out in front of everybody and it's a clear-cut starter, and you know that is the guy that you're going to lean on. And I'm not saying that James wasn't that or Alex wasn't that, and there were situations where guys got nicked up as well. I thought throughout the whole year, I thought those guys played well. We're working with, some pieces up front that aren't perfect, and so are other teams. And we tried to do the best that we could with it and execute at a high level. And I thought the quarterbacks did a good job, but it was definitely a learning experience for me as far as how to manage that room and get guys to play at a high level.
Kendal, I know you've been announced at Arkansas, but just kind of similar with Harlan, how did you deal with this kind of time and kind of the uncertainty leading up until you found in this spot?
Odell Hagens led the way. He did a tremendous job. I thought Odell did exactly what he had to do. He brought the team together. He made it a family experience. He knew that it was only one way, which was the Noles way, and he really gave a lot of hope and faith to our football team going forward. And I think that's what, and Harlan touched on, but that's why our guys were able to play so well and to go out and practice well and be happy about playing the game of football, because we're all fortunate. As coaches, you can't look at it as, man, I'm going through this. You got to look at it as how fortunate we are to be in the position that we are, coaching these young men, been able to affect them in a positive way on a daily basis. And that's what we have to do as coaches. We got to be role models for them. And if we show up like, things aren't good, then that's the way the player's going to act. So they're going to react off how we are. And we try to be positive every single day. You put your head down, you go to work, and you try to get better. And that's what we do with the players. And, we're thankful that we're in this bowl game. Hopefully we can go out and play well.
I know it's a big state, but living here and growing up here, do you have any history in El Paso or with the Sun Bowl or any time that your path has led you here?
Not with the Sun Bowl. I actually took a family RV trip in 2018 and stayed at RV Park here in El Paso. It was in July, and it was really, really hot. And the AC in the RV had shut down about 7 days prior, so it was rough. But we did pass through El Paso and stay here at RV Park and slid back down into Houston. But the one thing I know about El Paso is you got to be trying to get here. I mean, it's way out here, and that sign out in Abilene. I've been there before. I was born in Abilene. I don't know the exact mileage, but it's 380 miles to El Paso, which is a long way, and you're already in West Texas, so it's out here.
What's the scouting report on their offense?
Their defense?
Yeah, their defense.
I don't know a thing about their offense. Their defense, the thing that I think about them is it's not one guy. I think it's collectively. They play really well together. You can tell they're really well coached. They know what they're doing within that system, and that system dates back. And they're multiple. I think the guys fly around. I think the best thing that they do, and one thing that we've been telling our players, is they do a great job of ripping at the football. You got to do a great job with ball protection. They are always trying to get the ball out, which allows them to miss some tackles at times because they are trying to tackle the football. But you got to be aware.
Your offense has been known for big plays over the course of this season. Coming into this last game of the season, fans that are going to be going to the Sun Bowl, can they expect a loose offense and an offense that's going to be very, very attractive and possible, without giving too much, of course, away of your game plan, but that are going to put up some big attractive offensive plays?
Yeah, I don't know about attractive. Well, I mean, we're going to try to push the ball down the field. I mean, that's one of the things that we've always tried to do. And we've got some players that we hopefully can do that with. I think we'll have a couple guys back that we haven't had. And, we're always a team that's going to take what they give us, and if they're letting us, throw the ball, down the field, then we're going to try to do that. And main thing, we got to try to keep our defense off the field, and we got to stay on the field offensively and get first downs, and hopefully we can squirrel around and score some points.
How have you seen Deontay Sheffield develop this year, and do you sense some excitement from him of the potential of a larger role for this ball game?
His development, I think, has been steady over the course of the year. He really hasn't had the opportunity to show it to anybody, but he's been a really good practice player. And then Trayshawn Ward is another back that's a freshman, 18, 19-year-old kid. That's another walk-on football player that is going to get carries as well at running back. But I think both those guys are extremely solid. Anytime you haven't had a chance to play much on a normal game week, and then especially in a bowl game, you get an opportunity, then shoot, you're going to do everything you can to make sure you go out there and look good for your friends and family and your teammates. So those guys are definitely pumped up. Hopefully they play well.
With these bowl situations, I know Arizona State's missing a couple of their top guys too. How do you change what you do based on personnel when you have guys not playing like Cam and Kalen, or do you do what you do and just try to plug in other guys?
You definitely have to change. I mean, you got to give your guys the best opportunity to be successful. Deontay Sheffield isn't Cam Akers. We all know that. Deontay knows that. We're not going to try to feed him 22 carries like we're going to do Cam. So you got to be a little bit innovative, a little bit creative, find different ways to try to move the football. And then, like I said, it's not easy. These guys are good on defense. They fly around, they attack, and so we got our work cut out for us. But I like the way our guys are practicing. I like the mindset that we have right now. So I feel good about our plan.
How's Tamorrion been through? I know he says he has a decision to make after the season. How's he been through practice, and what have you seen from him? And have you talked to him much about his future?
I've talked to him a lot about his future. I'm really, really proud of him as a person. I think he's grown so much over the course of the year, from when I got here in January to going through the spring, fall camp, to where he was at the first of the year, really not playing well. Now, statistically, sometimes it looked right, but us as coaches, you get in there on Sunday and you're like, hey, if you do this, this, and this, this could happen. And towards the end of the year, I really thought that he started being a better football player. He's always been a good kid, but, I mean, the way that he's practiced, his attitude, I think he's in a great state mentally right now. And it's infectious because he's a really good player, so guys see the way that he does things, and they want to follow a guy like that. And that's the things that I've been talking to him about, is he's got to know that people are looking at him, he's got eyes on him, and he can affect people in a positive way. He's done that.
Mike Norvell's had one-on-one interviews with players that aren't even going to be here next year, I guess, to kind of pick their brain about how things were. Has he talked to you? Is there any sort of message, or I don't want to say advice, but just being a fellow coach that you share with him to help him be successful in his role?
Yeah, now we didn't know each other personally, but we've gone back a little bit, and we've had some good talks. Got a chance to sit down with him and talk about my take on the program and what needs to be done, and talk about personnel, talk about schemes, what guys can handle, and moving forward in all areas and facets of the program. And I think Florida State hit a home run on Mike. I wish him the best.
Any other questions? Got one announcement. All right, thank you, Coach.